Welcome back to World Traveler Cooking, the show where we cover interesting foods and cuisines from around the world. Today, we're going to make Mast Khiar. This is another salad from Iran. It's kind of similar to raita, but it's a bit different. Our ingredients are yogurt. Ideally, you'd use a strained yogurt for this, but it's more important to get a yogurt which is unsweetened than one which is strained. So I'm going to use this unsweetened yogurt here. It's the only unsweetened yogurt I've been able to find in Indonesia. We will add to this cucumber, garlic. Normally you could use chives. I'm going to substitute the chives with green onion because green onion's a lot easier to get here. We'll have mint, and then today we will add maybe a handful or so of chopped walnuts and maybe a handful or so of raisins. So those will be our ingredients today. I'm really excited to make this. It's also going to be a real simple, real fast video. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with one of these cucumbers. You can add more if you want. Scale is appropriate. I'll use whatever this I want. At least a couple of these leaves, maybe more. 1 clove of garlic, and a couple tablespoons of chopped mint for each cucumber, and I'm going to finely chop all of this and add it in here. So I can start with my garlic, and you don't need to watch me finely chop all of this, but it's worth noting that these are your basic ingredients, and to these you would add other things. So some people add like rose petals, some people add fenugreek seeds. There are some other things that you can add here, but your basic Mast Khiar is just these ingredients. Today I will of course add the walnuts and the raisins, but I will add them after I have mixed these ingredients together. So here is half the cucumber. I'll be back in a moment. I'm just using a good handful of the green onions here. And mint to taste, at least a couple tablespoons. Looks like I have about 3 tablespoons there. Adding a good sized handful of raisins. Maybe a little more. I think that's probably enough. And a good sized handful of walnuts. I have a little more. Let me throw this in. This piece didn't get very cut up enough. And now we will mix in our yogurt. And lest we forget, I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of salt, I think. You could probably go all the way up to a teaspoon, but just maybe half a teaspoon to start with. And I'm going to stir this up just to kind of get everything mixed together. And this is our basic salad base. For the yogurt, I'm expecting that we'll use about 400 milliliters or so, but start with a certain amount, stir it in. We want a creamy dish, we don't want just kind of coated vegetables. So I'm just going to keep stirring some in until we have kind of a nice creamy salad. Once you have something that's looking kind of like this, you're going to let it sit covered for about 10 minutes for the flavors to meld together, then we'll come back and garnish it. So for garnishing, I've kind of heaped it up in the bowl, and I've added a couple of mint leaves on top to both highlight the mint flavors and also kind of show off the three-dimensional aspect. So next up, the taste test. And now for the taste test. Especially on a hot summer day, this is really refreshing. You also kind of get a wide variety of textures because like the nuts and the raisins and the cucumbers, etc., all add their different textures. The flavors are not aggressive. The sourness from the yogurt comes through. It's kind of highlighted by the mint. The mint isn't really a dominant flavor, and neither is the onion or chives. This is really, really nice. I really like it. I can also see how rose petals would be amazing. This is really good. Now, if you like this kind of content, you'd like to see more of it, please like, share, and subscribe. Additionally, if there's anything you have to say about this video, please let me know in the comments. Anyway, recipes in the description. Bon appetit, and see you next week.